Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today. We have a story unfolding at the heart of public conversation in South Africa. General Mkhwanazi's remarks about immigration have sparked widespread anxiety across the country. Thousands have reacted, and the debate is now national. Please stay with me until the end so you can check the sources and verify what I present for yourself. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do. It helps these important discussions reach more people. So, what did General Mkhwanazi say that stirred this wave of reaction? He was speaking during a recent national security briefing and questioned the capacity of the country's borders to cope with immigration flows, openly acknowledging that some entry points are porous and suggesting that we might be overwhelmed. At the time, he intended to flag vulnerabilities, but the impact was immediate. His tone, seen as alarmist, sparked fears that local residents would see an increase in raids, deportations, or tightened restrictions without warning. Social media lit up almost instantly. Some citizens praised the general's frankness, saying it laid bare a problem they've long felt but didn't want to admit. Others felt panicked that a crackdown was imminent. Long queues at border posts suddenly felt menacing. Routine ID checks looked like preemptive actions, and locals with undocumented visitors became anxious hosts. For many South Africans who have family or friends from abroad, it felt like the doors were shutting even before any policy shift had been announced. To be clear, no new legal measures have yet been introduced. The Department of Home Affairs and the Presidency quickly issued clarifications, stating that current immigration laws and protocols remain in place. The General's remarks were not official policy announcements, they explained, but still, the damage was done. Words matter, especially when coming from a high-ranking military figure. Even well-intended points about readiness can slide into fear when made without context. Now let's unpack why this matters so deeply. South Africa has long wrestled with the balance between being a generous host and securing its borders. Many migrants come here fleeing crisis, relying on informal jobs to feed their families. They work in construction, agriculture, hospitality, sectors desperate for labor. That kind of economy doesn't ask for a visa, it asks for a helping hand. On the flip side, when economic growth stalls and unemployment spikes, many locals feel pushed aside. In that environment, remarks about porous borders can become fuel for resentment and suspicion. The timing of the general's statement added to the unease. We are entering a politically charged season, where migration is always a hot-button issue. Campaigns are already underway in some areas, and various groups, some civic, some vigilante, have used immigration to stop division. General Mkhwanazi's words, though likely meant as a security alert, gave new oxygen to those voices, whether they sought confrontation or power. Despite the tension, many community leaders have spoken out for calm. Human rights organizations have emphasized that South Africa's constitution protects everyone in its borders, regardless of where they came from. Church leaders, educators, and even business associations have urged people to verify facts, focus on cooperation, and not allow fear to erode social cohesion. If anything, this moment underlines how trust and empathy are critical for keeping a diverse society intact. As we watch this story unfold, there are several key questions to consider. Will the general's warning translate into new surveillance or enforcement actions at the border? Will Home Affairs bring forward policy changes, or has the public overreacted to a flag-raising moment? Will communities welcome refugees and migrants with dignity, or will rhetoric trump reason and compassion? How we answer those questions in the coming weeks will define a lot about what South Africa stands for during this fragile period. Now, I want to lighten things with a bit of warmth, because when anxiety takes hold, humor helps us breathe. Picture this, a border post with a giant electronic sign that reads porosity test in progress if levels go above 80%, please file in triplicate. Or imagine General Mkhwanazi handing out pamphlets that say porous borders are like your favorite jeans, they stretch too far if you don't secure the seams. Jokes aside, our borders, our economy, and our communities all need seams, strong, fair, and respectful. In conclusion, General Mkhwanazi's comments have reminded us just how volatile conversations about immigration can be. The public reaction, big and visceral, shows that we remain uncertain and hurt by the gap between rhetoric and real solutions. No one wants anxiety in their daily life. But we do need honest conversations, clear policies, and leadership that speaks peace as loudly as it warns of threats. Let's keep this talk grounded, thoughtful, and rooted in the unity this channel cares about. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Please subscribe so you can stay informed without fear and feel empowered to share verified information. And remember to check the sources for yourself to help separate headlines from reality. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources for today's story include The Citizen, News 24, Times Live, Eyewitness News, and official statements from Home Affairs and the Presidency.